Hello, everybody. Here I am. I'm going to read all of the Sonic characters' Wikipedia articles.
Why did you sound like Spamton from Deltarune for a moment?
Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog, trademarked Sonic the Hedgehog, is a blue anthropomorphic hedgehog, and the main protagonist of the series, Sonic the Hedgehog, let me remind you, developed as a replacement for the existing Alex Kidd mascot, as well as Sega's response to Mario. His first appearance was in the arcade game Rad Mobile as a cameo, before making his official debut in the Sonic the Hedgehog 1991. Sonic's greatest ability is his running speed and is known
This
as the
can only be
world's
achieved
fastest
because
hedgehog.
because of his shoes.
Using the power of the seven Chaos Emeralds, he becomes supersonic and can achieve even greater speeds. Dr. Eggman. Dr. Ivo Robotnik, better known as his alias Dr. Eggman C4, is a human mad scientist and the antagonist of the series.
Horrible nickname.
Debuting in the first game in the series, Sonic the Hedgehog,
You steal that Zaza.
he was shown attempting to collect the Chaos Emeralds and turn all of the animals inhabiting the land into robots. He is self-proclaimed our certifiable genius with an IQ of 300. His fondness for mechas has made him a renowned authority on robotics. Ultimately, Eggman's goal is to conquer the world and create his ultimate utopia, Eggman Land. Alternate, hello? Alternatively known as Eggman Land, or Eggman Empire and Robotnik Land. So when Sega had petitioned its research and development department to create a character who would replace Alex Kidd as its company mascot, a character of U.S. President Theodore Roosevelt was among the proposed designs. It lost to Sonic the Hedgehog, but the design was kept for the basis of Dr. Eggman instead. Miles Tails Prower. Miles Prower, better known by his nickname Tails, is a two-tailed fox who is Sonic's best friend and sidekick. His name is a pun on Miles per hour. He was able to use his two tails to propel himself into the air like a helicopter for a limited time. Yash- Yasushi Yamaguchi, originally the main character artist and sound designer for Sega's Sonic team, designed Tails for an internal competition of his first sidekick, Sonic. His first appearance was in Sonic 2 for the Game Gear, where he was kidnapped by Sonic Dr. Robotnik for a hefty ransom, and was first made playable in the Genesis version of Sonic and the Hedgehog 2. Tails has appeared in almost every Sonic game since his first appearance. Tails starred in two solo spin-off games for the Sega GameCube in 1995, Tails Sky Patrol and Tails Adventure. Frequently portrayed as a sweet-natured and humble fox, Tails used to be picked on because of his twin tails. Before he met Sonic, Tails has a very high IQ and excellent mechanical ability. Amy Rose. Voiced Amy Rose, voiced by Cindy Robinson in English as of 2010 and Dako Kawata in Japanese, is a pink hedgehog and is Sonic's self-proclaimed girlfriend, who's an energetic tomboy. Amy was created by Kazuyuki Hoshino for Sonic the Hedgehog CD 1993, although she appeared in Kenji Terada's Sonic the Hedgehog manga a year before. Hashino created her in-game graphics with many staff members contributing ideas to her design. Her her headband and trainer shoes reflected Sonic CD's director Naoto Oshima's taste, and her mannerisms reflected the traits Oshima looked in women at the time. Her fur color was red at first and her skirt orange. The character had two other names in the game previews. Rosie the Rascal and Princess Sally, a character from in the Sonic the Hedgehog TV series and comics. Amy received her present design with a red dress and boots in Adventure 1998, courtesy of the designer Yuji Uekawa. In the games, Amy is depicted as driven and competitive. She spends as much of her time following Sonic to get his attention or to make sure he's safe while demonstrating her affection. Series co-creator Yuji Naka said that Amy was designed to always chase Sonic and made her life goal one day marry him. Not possessing the speed or strength of the other characters, Amy uses a hammer instead. In Sonic CD, Metal Sonic kidnaps Amy and Sonic must rescue her. When he does, Amy kisses him. Amy's first appearance in Sonic Platformer as a playable character was in Sonic Adventure. She is playable in Sonic Heroes and Sonic the Hedgehog 206 and appears as a non-playable character in games such as Sonic Unleashed. Some journalists have called Amy cute and powerful, others find her annoying. Justin Towell of Games Radar Plush and writers from Mean Machines expressed general displeasure of her introduction in Sonic CD. Additionally, some have criticized treatment of Amy as a female character and analyzed her gender implications on gender representations in video games. The Electronic Gaming Monthly staff found her pink coloring and tendency to run away from danger to be stereotypical and common in Japanese creative female characters. Well, feminist blogger Anita Sarkeesian cites Amy as an example of the mismade character trope, which female characters in games with male protagonists often resemble those protagonists, but with stereotypically feminine features added. Fucking hell, that's how games work. That's how cartoons work. Despite this, Amy is one of the series' most popular characters, coming in 5th place with a Japanese popularity poll in 2006. Her likeness has been in Sonic merchandise, TM, and she appears in the television adaptation Sonic X 2003-2006 and Sonic Boom 2014-2017. Jesus fucking Christ. Why the fuck is Sonic and Eggman and Tails is so short and Amy and Metals are half the are like the entirety of those three combined? Fuck. I'm gonna go get a drink. Okay. Now that I've got some water, should be good to do Metal Sonic. Metal Sonic. Metal Sonic is an evil robotic version of Sonic created by Dr. Robotnik. He first appears in Sonic the Hedgehog CD. He's given orders to go back in time and change the past so Dr. Eggman can rule the future. Sonic must race him in Stardust Speedway to free Amy Rose. He is severely wounded when he crashes and falls, but is rejuvenated by Robotnik in Sonic the Hedgehog Episode 4, Number 2, only defeated again in a similar style. He returns in Knuckles Chaotix, where he attempts to obtain the Chaos Rings, but is stopped by the Chaotix. Metal Sonic notably acted as the main antagonist in Sonic Heroes, appearing in a new form as Neo Metal Sonic before transforming into the game's final boss. The Metal Overlord. Upon being defeated by Supersonic, Tails, and Knuckles, he reverts into his traditional appearance. He appears in the main antagonist in the Sonic OVA. Eggman attempts records Sonic abilities and uploads them into Metal Sonic, who proceeds in attempting to destroy the world before being tossed into lava by Sonic. Metal Sonic appears as a bonus playable character in Sonic Rivals, reprogrammed to aid Eggman Negative in his attempt to take over the world. He returns as a playable character in Sonic Rivals 2 under orders from Eggman to aid Shadow in stopping Eggman Negative's plans. In Sonic Freeriders, Metal Sonic is a playable character and the final opponent in the game's story mode. In Sonic Generations, he appears in his classic form as a rival boss, battling classic Sonic in Stardust Speedway before ultimately being destroyed. Metal Sonic returns as a boss character in Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric and Sonic Boom Shattered Crystal. He appears in the Sonic Boom episode It Wasn't Me, It Was the One-Armed Hedgehog. Metal Sonic appears as a boss in Sonic's story mode of LEGO Dimensions. Metal Sonic appeared as a playable character in the multiplayer mode of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, as well as Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing Transformed, and Mario and Sonic titles, beginning with Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games, collecting all emblems in Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut unlocks Metal Sonic as a bonus playable character in Sonic Stages. In purchasing both episodes of Sonic the Hedgehog 4 unlocks bonus levels in which Metal Sonic is playable. He possesses great strength, including a laser cannon, a jet engine, and a force field. He can also use to protect himself from projectiles and certain attacks. He only communicates with a series of electronic noises. The only notable time Metal Sonic was able to talk was in Sonic Heroes, in which he was voiced by Junichi Kanemaru in Japanese and Ryan Drummond in English. Game Daily plays Metal Sonic 13th on their top 25 video game robots list, describing him as Dr. Robotnik's greatest creation and praising the strength of his abilities. Luckily, they stopped being full essays where they decided this was better than giving them their own Wikipedia page. So Knuckles the Echidna should be easy. Knuckles the Echidna. Knuckles the Echidna is a red echidna and Sonic's friendly rival. First introduced in the Genesis game, Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Knuckles lives on Angel Island, which hovers in the sky due to the power of the Master Emerald. As the last surviving member of the Echidna people who once inhabited the island, his duty is to guard the Master Emerald. During conception of Sonic the Hedgehog 3, the development team wanted to create a new rival for Sonic. Final designs of Knuckles was the result of dozens of possible designs inspired by numerous different animals. A character with many abilities and skills, he is physically one of the strongest characters of the Sonic series. His strength and mastery in martial arts, specializing in punches, enables him to perform feats such as shattering boulders with his fist. He can trap air underneath his dreadlocks in order to glide for short distances. Fang the Sniper, initially known as Fang the Sniper, initially known as Knack the Weasel in English localizations, is a purple Jerboa wolf hybrid that first appeared in the Game Gear video game Sonic the Hedgehog Triple Trouble in 1994. Is a treasure hunter in search of the Chaos Emeralds. However, he does not know of their true power and merely wants to sell them for his own profit. He is a slick, sneaky, and mischievous character who will steal the emeralds for an easier job. Fang tries hard to outwit the others, but he's held back by his clumsiness and often fails. Outside of Triple Trouble, Fang has playable roles in Sonic Drift 2 and Sonic the Fighters in 1995 and 1996. It had been planned to be in the cancelled Sonic X-Treme, not to be confused with Sonic X-Treme. He hasn't had any significant roles since, however, though he did make a cameo appearance on an in-game poster in 2011 Sonic Generations and as an illusion during the boss fight with Heavy Magician in Sonic Mania. The Chaotix are a group of initially 4 characters who debuted in the Knuckles Chaotix as the main characters, later forming their own detective agency and Sonic Heroes, where only 3 of them, Vector, FBO, and Charmy respectively, returned, and after the 3 were redesigned into essentially new characters. IGN described the characters as charming, noted that they were introduced before fans became wary of all the new characters in the series. Vector the Crocodile, voiced by Keith Silverstein in English as of 2010, and Kenta Miyake in Japanese, is a large crocodile who's the head honcho and brains of the chaotic detective agency. Divided between being both bossy and easygoing, his rough speech and outward appearance matches his clear reasoning and ability to solve cases. For the right price, he will take on most jobs unless they involve doing something immoral. Vector has a strong sense of justice and kindness, despite his argumentativeness. He often does unpaid work due to his charitable nature, such as finding a lost child or taking up meager chases for children. This leaves the agency constantly short on money. Vector hates having to work for the landlord, but he enjoys singing, and his trademark accessory is a set of headphones. He is physically very strong, and his powerful jaws are a formidable weapon. Vector was originally supposed to be the sound test of the first Sonic the Hedgehog game, but he, along with the feature itself, was removed prior to a release. Vector then made his official debut was in the video game Knuckles Chaotix, and in 2003 he was part of Team Chaotix and Sonic Heroes. It is featured in Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic Generations, and Sonic Forces, and several other games, alongside both Espio and Charmy in said games. In all installments of Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, he is a playable athlete. He has also been playable in other spin-off titles such as Sonic Freeride and Sonic Team Racing, and mobile games like Sonic Forces, Speed Battle, and Sonic Dash. Vector was also the only modern exclusive character besides Shadow to appear in the Sonic Boom franchise, making his debut into the sub-franchise in the Season 2 episode Vector Detector. He later made a few cameos before the show's end. Like the other game characters, he was redesigned for this series, sporting an arm tattoo and a leather jacket in place of his traditional headphones. In 2012, he was later added as a playable character in the tie-in mobile game Sonic Dash 2 Sonic Boom. SCPO the Chameleon. SPO the Chameleon, voiced by Matthew Mercer in English as of 2016, and Yuki Masuda in Japanese. The Chameleon, who is a ninja warrior, is described as the opinionated number one of the Chaotix, also being the calmest. He is a militaristic discipline while being quiet and laid back, confident in his skills, opinionated and self-obsessed. He revels in training and self-discipline. He is not concerned by danger and often yearns to face it in order to use his ninja skills. With his extensive training in ninjutsu and an ability to turn himself invisible, he's able to move around unnoticed. However, a blunder like a sneeze could cause him to inadvertently become visible. Espio's debut was in the video game The Knuckles Chaotix. In game, his cutter subtly changes while he moves to demonstrate the technical capabilities of the Sega 32X console. Espio was incorporated into Sonic Heroes as part of a move to reintroduce the neglected characters, and because the development team considered him had to have a unique, interesting personality, he was designated speed character of the game in Sonic Heroes, while teammates Vector, the Crocodile, and Charmy the Bee respectively represented power and flight. Espio was added to Shadow the Hedgehog and Sonic Rivals to help round out our cast of characters, because designer Takashi Iizuka appreciated the character's stealthy agility. SBO appeared as a playable character in the arcade fighting game Sonic the Fighters, and appeared as in all installments of Olympic Game in Mario and Sonic in the Olympic Games as a referee in various events. Charmy B, voiced by Colleen O. Fuck that. In English as of 2010, and Yoku Teppozuka in Japanese, is a bee who is the scattered-brained, funny kid of the Chaotix. He is cheerful, curious, playful, careless, and greatly energetic, often talking about things no one else cares about. Charmy's fooling around makes the rest of the detective agency look professional and is generally seen as a cute mascot. Despite an innocent, good-natured kid and light-headed personality, he uses his stinger on his rare occasions when he gets angry. In addition to being a playable character in Sonic Heroes and Shadow the Hedgehog, he made cameos in all of the Mario and Sonic Olympic Games installments as a referee, and somehow has a smaller Wikipedia article than Mighty the Armadillo. Mighty the Armadillo. Mighty the Armadillo is a black and red armadillo who debuted in the arcade game Sega Sonic the Hedgehog and later appeared in the 32X game Knuckles Chaotix? I'm not the one fact-checking this. This is entirely just a Wikipedia article. He prefers to be gentle, but undergoes a the character is described as a traveler who loves to see nature and desires to see every place. Mighty hates to see weaknesses in others and detests violence. He prefers to be gentle, but undergoes a drastic change and is capable when needed. Mighty's only appearance as part of the Chaotix was in Knuckles Chaotix, and was absent when the rest of the group was reintroduced into the series in 2003 with Sonic Heroes in 2003. His long period of absence was alluded to in Sonic Generations, in which he is shown on the missing Pistons poster alongside fellow Sega Sonic character Ray the Flying Squirrel. Both Mighty and Ray appeared as playable characters in the Sonic Mania expansion, Sonic Mania Plus, as well as appearing in the accompanying web series Sonic Mania Adventures. Ray the Flying Squirrel is a yellow flying squirrel who debuted in the Sega Sonic the Hedgehog. While he can run as fast as Sonic, Ray can also climb trees and glide. That was already covered, and I do not have the voice capacity to do much more of this crap. Oh god, we're only up. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Big the Cat, voiced by Kyle Herbert in English as of 2010, and Takashi Nagasako in Japanese as of 2013, is a large purple cat who first appeared in the 1998 Dreamcast game Sonic Adventure, where he was placed to justify the presence of a fishing rod in the game, although he was conceived beforehand. Big is a large purple anthropomorphic cat who's depicted as wild, unintelligent, sweet, easygoing, and physically strong. In Sonic Adventure, our big story involves fishing his frog friend Froggy out of various bodies of water after Froggy swallows a Chaos Emerald. In part of the Tale of Chaos, the game's antagonist, Sonic Heroes, Biggs teams up with Amy Rose and Cream the Rabbit to search for Froggy and a lost child called Chocola. He is a more minor playable character in games like in other Sonic games like Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood and Sonic All-Star and Sega All-Stars Racing. And a non-playable character in this as the Sonic DS version of Sonic Colors. Reflecting the story of adventure, Big appears in the Sonic X anime and the Sonic the Hedgehog comics. Big has been derided by his video game press and fan base for his obesity, low intelligence, one-dimensional development, and uselessness within his games. He has appeared on several lists of the worst video game characters of all time, although I think he is amazing. And within the Sonic cast, due to his poor in apparent uselessness, Sonic's team claimed they would be retiring the character and from appearing in future games like 2012. Although head Takashi Izuki has since stated that the game starring Big is a possibility. Can't wait. Despite this statement, Big has continued to appear in other titles, including Sonic Runners, Lego Dimensions, Team Sonic Racing, and Sonic Frontiers. Chaos is a Chow mutated by the Chaos Emeralds that act as a guardian for its species, protects the Master Emerald, and provides clear water all around its altar. It is a water-like being that can easily manipulate its being. Without any Chaos Emeralds, it is known as Chaos Zero, but with each emerald it absorbs, it transforms into a more powerful form, eventually becoming perfect chaos with all 7 emeralds. His first appearance was in Sonic Adventure, which Dr. Eggman attempts to use it to conquer the world. Chaos tracks down the emeralds and becomes perfect chaos and floods all of Station Square. Don't be fooled, this doesn't kill anyone. But is ultimately defeated by Super Sonic. It appears in Sonic Adventure 2 as a bonus playable character, in Sonic Battle as a playable character, and in Mario and Sonic in the Olympic Games as a ice version of Perfect Chaos. He appears in his perfect form in Sonic Generations as a boss where he has a new look with green teeth and dark blue reptilian skin for the upper half of his body. This was supposed to be how he always looks, but the technology of the Dreamcast at the time made this look impossible. Chaos appears at the final boss in the Sonic the Hedgehog pack of Lego Dimensions. The E100 series. The E100 series is a group of robots created by Dr. Eggman who uses them in his quest to conquer the world. However, some of their members have since gone rogue. There's a total of 3 entries. E100 Alpha is the first of the E100 series and is considered the prototype of the line. He was created by Dr. Eggman in order to capture the Chaos Emeralds from Amy Rose's flicky friend Birdie. He first appeared in Sonic Adventure as the main antagonist in Amy's story. Repeatedly tries to capture Birdie. At the end of Amy's story, she destroyed him. In Sonic Advance 2, he appeared in special stages, trying to prevent players from getting the 7 Chaos Emeralds. E102 Gamma, voiced by Stevie Brody in English and Joji Nakata in Japanese, also primarily appears in Sonic Adventure. He's a red, bulky robot with powerful gun built into his arm. Gamma turns against his master after a heartfelt conversation with Amy Rose. who becomes his friend and destroys the other E100 series robots to flee the trapped animals hidden inside them before ultimately doing the same to himself. He offers shoot-'em-up gameplay to a largely platforming-focused game. Gamma later made a spiritual return in the form of Chaos Gamma, who appeared as a playable character in Sonic Battle. He's garnered mixed comments from critics. While the Xbox world generally commented the story, others criticized the slow and repetitive nature of this gameplay. Personally, I think it's much better than the sequel's gameplay. Yeah, that's my opinion. Screw you. E123 Omega. E123 Omega, voiced by Aaron LaPlante in English and 2019 and Titan Kusunoki in Japanese. First appears in Sonic Heroes. Eggman seals Omega within an abandoned base along with Shadow until Rouge the Bat releases Shadow from his stasis pod, accidentally reactivating Omega. Omega expresses a deep hatred for Eggman due to the later locking him up in a status for an extended period of time. Omega decides to team up with the other two in order to obtain revenge on Eggman and to prove that he is the most powerful robot of all. He turns with the same goal in Shadow the Hedgehog and teams up with Shadow in a certain level to destroy Eggman's robots. During the Sonic the Hedgehog 2006, he's playable after Rouge orders him to support Shadow many years in the future. He's also one of the secret unlockable characters in Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood. Also appeared in the DS version of Sonic Colors, where he challenges Sonic to perform a mission and reveals to Sonic the location of Eggman's base in Asteroid Coaster World. In Sonic Forces, Omega severely... Nope, don't care. Omega has appeared in Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games as a rival in speed skating and intense short track. And in Mario, Sonic at the London 2012 Games as a rival at the 100-meter sprint. Omega appears as a playable racer in Team Sonic Racing. Omega has an array of destructive weapons concealed in his arms, including machine guns, flamethrowers, missile launchers, beam cannons, and rocket-propelled drills. He can contract his hands in order to attach Spitting Rouge and Shadow into their place, either using the two as melee weapons or firing them. Omega has seen negative reception. Eurogames staff writer has called lesser character among the Heroes cast. Wow. Electronic Gaming Monthly review referred to him as an imitation of the T100s from the called a Supreme Machine. Amazing. That is absolutely based. Omo Chow, voiced by... Oh wait, this is Omo Chow. I don't care about Omo Chow. Screw that. To call the echidna is an orange echidna who's the daughter of Chief Pakamaka from the same tribe that Knuckles the echidna descends, the Knuckles tribe. She appears in Sonic Adventure and returns in Sonic Adventure 2. Thousands of years before the main event of the series, she opposes her father's power-hungry ways of invading other countries. She eventually comes into who accept her due to the friendliness of them, tries to reason She tries to reason with them about raiding the shrine for the emerald, but he hesitated by what she said to them. Briefly snaps at her and orders the Knuckles clan to attack. When the clan does as it told, they run over Tikal and Chow, which angers Chaos as he punishes Pachacamaca and the Knuckles clan for what they did to Tikal and Chow, by destroying them, absorbing the negative power of the Chaos of the Emeralds. After that, Tikal tells the Master Emerald to stop Chaos as it seals her inside itself. Several thousand years later, Dr. Eggman shatters the Master Emerald and wakes the angry Chaos in Tikal's spirit. Tikal helps the protagonist defeat Chaos and then leaves with it. Tikal appeared in Sonic Advanced and Sonic Advance 2 in a Chow minigame and makes a cameo appearance um after the introduction. Several thousand years later, Sonic Tikal appears in Sonic Advance 2 in a Chow minigame and makes a cameo appearance on Angel Island. Board is Sonic
Both
Pinball.
canonically died in one of the comics.
Sonic Pinball Party in both Sonic Rivals and Sonic Rivals 2. She appears on a variety of collectible cards. In Sonic Olympic Games, in Sonic Sochi Olympic Games, she appears in as an unlockable Mii costume in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. She is a collectible sticker. Tikal appears as a playable character in Sonic Runners and is mentioned in Sonic Frontiers. Fuck you. I don't care if this is spoiling you.
I don't know if I even intend to put the game.
I'm talking to the viewers, obviously.
Oh.
Shadow the Hedgehog. Main article, Shadow the Hedgehog. Amy Rose was obnoxious.
This Eggman took piss on the moon one time.
Shadow the Hedgehog is an artificially created life form in the design of a black and red male hedgehog, similar to Sonic. His trademark hover skates propel him at extreme speeds that rival those of Sonic. According to its official profile, Shadow was created 50 years ago by Professor Gerald Robotnik
Gerald Robotnik.
as the ultimate life form, which is ageless and immortal, sharp-witted and seemingly always on edge. Once he is set on a goal, he will do whatever it takes to accomplish it. After the trauma and death of his only friend, Maria Robotnik, Shadow strives to fulfill his purpose and keeps the promise he made to her.
Maria and Eggman were related.
Yes. Thank you. Was that ever in question?
No, I just keep forgetting that.
Shadow strives to fulfill his purpose and keep the promise made to her. Although his relationship with Sonic seems to have developed into antagonistic to friendly rivalry, animosity from not understanding their different mindsets still incurs.
Animosity.
Antagonicity. However, Shadow shares a lot of similarity with Sonic. He can perform spin attacks common to Sonic. What? What does that even mean?
Common to Sonic?
He can perform spin attacks. What? Which are variations on the tendency for hedgehogs to roll into tight balls for protection. You mean spin dashes?
Why do they say it like that?
I don't know what it means. Homing attacks, maybe?
Maybe it's talking about how they roll up to protect themselves in real life.
Yeah, that's what are the
My
variation for
God.
tendency to roll into typos for protection. Additionally, with the power of the Chaos Emerald, Shadow can warp time and space with Chaos Control. Oh, 111, 112, 113, 114. Shadow is also able to use a variety of other Chaos powers such as Chaos Spear and Chaos Blast, using the power of the 7 Chaos Emeralds. Shadow uses his Trooper transformation to transform into Supersonic, which bestows new
Wait,
abilities of flight and
wait,
new
wait,
near
wait, wait, hold on. Did it actually say supersonic?
Oh crap! No.
You just said supersonic.
But this is being recorded. You don't have that kind of power.
You cannot edit this out, Denver. I have never seen you edit anything.
Joke's on you. I don't know how to edit. And bestows
Yeah,
new
no,
abilities
this is gonna stay in the video.
of flight, near invulnerability with normal abilities of speed and enhanced chaos powers.
Supersonic.
Rouge the Bat, voiced by Karen Strassman in English as is 2010, and Rumi,
Was the actor is named Karen?
yes, Rumi Ochai in Japanese, is a white anthropomorphic bat who made her first appearance in Sonic Adventure 2 and who has been featured in most games since. She's depicted as a treasure trencher devoted to the purest of jewels, calling herself the world's greatest treasure hapter. She has a tendency to
Really bad at English. You know that?
ignore
Really.
abstract morality or manners for potential profit. Her feminine charm makes her appear careless, but she's actually scheming and manipulative. Additionally, she serves as a part-time spy for the government and is a competent fighter. She battles using kicks, especially signature screw kick, and she can fly using her wings. Professor Gerald Robotnik is a grandfather of Maria Robotnik and Dr. Ivo Eggman Robotnik. 50 years before the main series, he attempted to create the ultimate life form under the funding of the United Federation, hoping that it can cure Maria's illness. However, when Maria was killed by a gun raid, Gerald, fueled by anger over his granddaughter's death and becoming resentful of humanity's increased callous nature, infiltrated Project Ark in order to combine the space station with the Chaos Emerald and turn it into a doomsday weapon.
Did you say space station?
And he appears in Sonic Adventure 2 and Shadow the Hedgehog. I am almost halfway done with reading all the fucking Sonic the Hedgehog character
Character
bios.
bios.
I
And
am
you're
going
also
to
reading them like English as your second language.
I am going to fucking die.
You're reading like English as your second language.
Because you try reading half of it then.
No.
Maria Robotnik is a character that appears mostly in flashbacks in Sonic Adventure 2 and Shadow the Hedgehog. She is the granddaughter of Professor Gerald Robotnik and is the cousin of Dr. Eggman Robotnik. Maria suffers from the illness known as NIDS, Neuroimmunodeficiency Syndrome, which was incurable at the time. Gerald takes on Project Shadow in order to save her life. Soon after Shadow is created, the two bond deeply, though as short-lived as the government organization Gun soon raids the Ark, fatally shooting Maria. Before she dies, she encases Shadow in an escape pod and asks him to bring hope to humanity and give humans a second chance to be happy. This experience scars Shadow for life, but ultimately his determination to keep her promise to her lives him to team up with Sonic and save Earth multiple times. Maria's first and only playable appearance is in Shadow Hedgehog. She can be controlled as a
Shadow
partner character.
Hedgehog.
What?
Shadow Hedgehog.
Where she controlled as a partner character by a second character during certain in-game missions. Cream the Rabbit, voiced by Michelle Roth in English as of 2010 and Sayaka Oki in Japanese, is a peach-colored rabbit with a constant companion named Trees, the destroyer of worlds and bosses.
Yeah, no. She's broken in the first game she appears in.
A blue chow with a red bow tie. Their names are based on cream cheese. Kane is portrayed as being naive because being brought up by a princess by her mother, Vanilla. She's always polite and mind to matters, but sometimes act childishly as if she might be a child.
Gee, I wonder why. It's almost like she is a child.
Cream can achieve flight for short periods of time by flapping her two large ears, while Cheese often attacks on Cream's behalf by ramming into her adversaries. Cream first appeared as a first apparable character in Sonic Advance 2. She returned to see Sonic Heroes as a part of Team Rose, working together with Rose and Big the Cat to defeat Metal
Yes,
Sonic.
my favorite character, Rose.
And then again for Sonic Advance 3. Since their first trio of games, she has been relegated to an extra playable character in Sonic spin-offs and multiplayer games, except Team Sonic Racing, because yes, we'd rather have 5 Chow.
Yeah, no, literally, you just play as a bunch of Chow rather than playing as Cream. Oh, don't worry. She's still a spirit in Smash Ultimate, so like we still acknowledge her existence.
She is a playable character in Sonic and the Secret Rings multiplayer mode. A playable fighter within Sonic Battle, a secret unlockable member in Sonic Chronicles, the Dark Brotherhood, the playable racer in Sonic Riders, Zero Gravity, and Oh No. Cream has received mostly negative.
Oh no, my favorite game. Oh no.
Cream has received mostly negative opinion from the video game press. Thomas, what the fuck is? Why does every Sonic character? Why the fuck is every Sonic character rated so badly?
Mm-hmm.
Thomas East of Official Nintendo Magazine ranked her as the 5th worst Sonic character, criticizing various active of her, like her high-pitched voice, repetitive speech in Sonic Heroes, ridiculous smile, and single eyelash on each eye. What is that?
What kind of critique of a character is? Okay, I don't like that she has only one eyelash on her eye.
And
That is such a specific critique. Also, Charmy better have been on that list. High-pitched voice and annoying dialogue is a factor.
fucking
Better
repetitive
have been like number one on that list. Dear God.
repetitive speech, as if only if every character didn't have repetitive speech in the game.
Every character has repetitive speech in Sonic Heroes. That's like a core mechanic of the game, pretty much.
Christian Nutt of GameSpy signature out of one of the
Christian
negative
Nut.
features of Sonic Advance 2, calling her corny and dopey looking.
Hold on. Hold on. Christian Nut. There's no way there's a person in existence named Christian Nut.
God. Games radar writer Jim Sterling ranked her as one of the second worst, stating that she represents perhaps everything that's wrong with Sonic the Hedgehog characters, particularly finding her name to be random.
Finding her name to be what?
Random.
Cream cheese.
I don't get where. Also, that's
Also, representing everything wrong with the characters.
that means
Wow.
yes, because characters like Sonic, Tails, Miles Prower, Knuckles, fucking Rouge, Blaze. Yes, those are all random names. Similarly, Tom Bramwell of
Jeez, how is this man stupid?
Eurogamer exclaimed, "Oh God, her and Jesus names." Why is everybody complaining about cream cheese as a name? It's a great name.
It's good. It works.
David Houghton of Games Radar ranked her name as one of the 25 worst among video games, seeing a double entendre in the word cream. Okay, 1 second. In a contrast, Xbox World's review of Sonic Heroes stated that we love Cream and called her the best new Sonic character since Tails. Here's Christian Nut for you.
Like, I can't. It's so blurry. I can't see anything.
Here.
There's actually someone named Christian Nut.
Anyway, now for the best character, Blaze the Cat. Blaze the Cat, voiced by Erica Lindbeck in English as of 2019, and now to Kamari in Japanese.
Wait, hold on. Did you already do the bio for Metal Sonic?
Yeah.
Sad.
Is a purple cat princess from an alternate dimension. She has been appointed as guardian of the Soul Emeralds, her dimension's version of the Chaos Emeralds, making her role similar.
In over like 15 years.
Making her role similar to. Wait. Making a role similar to that of Knuckles the Echidna. She is portrayed as calm and level-headed, hiding her true feelings. She is sometimes bogged down by her own strict discipline and devotion to her position, making her appear withdrawn. Blaze can control fire, but wears a cape to conceal it, as she was teased about her pyro... Who the fuck would tease you about pyrokinetic abilities?
Like, that is... If you're gonna tease someone about that, that's like... You're like asking to get burned alive. Like, haha, you can manipulate fire with your hands. That's cringe.
Using the Soul Emerald, she transforms into Burning Blaze, because apparently super forms are only restricted to male hedgehogs.
Well, no, because Tails and Knuckles have super forms.
No, one of the people who manage the social media account said that.
That's stupid because Tails and Knuckles canonically have super forms.
I don't fucking know. Theorize...
In the fucking classic games, they had super forms. So
Yep. She transforms into Burning Blaze, Blaze wears a purple dress and white tights with pink high heels and a yellow necklace. Blaze debuted in Sonic Rush as a playable character along with Sonic. She arrives in Sonic's dimension from another dimension along with the Soul Emeralds. While searching for the emeralds, she befriends Sonic and Cream and helps them stop Dr. Eggman and Eggman Negative before returning to her dimension.
I'm just gonna say like, negative every time.
Yes. She appears in Sonic the Hedgehog as Silver the Hedgehog's friend during the future of Sonic Dimensions, despite that not making any sense within the storyline.
Can you every time you say Sonic's name, like in the context of it being his name, just say it in a super monotone voice? She befriends Sonic and Cream. like, can you do that?
Blaze ends up sacrificing her life to seal Ibris, the fiery monster that has destroyed their world,
Hold on.
inside of herself, but is brought back to life at the end of the game when Sonic destroyed Iblis in his own time period. She appeared again as a main character in the Sonic Rush Adventure series.
You already messed up the bit. You didn't say when Sonic.
Where Sonic and Tails are transported to her dimension to help her retrieve the Jeweled Scepter. Since her first trio of games, she has been relegated to being an extra playable character in Sonic, spin-offs, and multiplayer games. She's an unlockable character in Sonic and the Secret Rings and Sonic and the Black Knight. A playable racer in Sonic Riders, Zero Gravity, Sonic and Team Sonic Racing, and a playable character in all 5 Mario and Sonic in the Olympic Games. He appears together with Silver in Sonic Colors DS and several cutscenes and missions. She is also mentioned in Sonic Frontiers. Absolutely amazing. Blaze has been mostly well received by critics, IGN remarking upon its seeing at TGS 2005. Easily earned her place in the team amidst our remarkable secondary characters. Her gameplay has been praised as fast-moving as fun, as opposed to slower characters. Big the Cat, introduced earlier in the series, but criticized for its resemblance to its resemblance to that of Sonic.
What are we even talking about at this point?
Blaze has been called a nice addition to Sonic's cast and one more of the complex, multifaceted characters in the Sonic canon.
She is a good addition to the cast. You know who else is a good addition to the cast? Cream. But apparently everyone disagrees with that. Apparently she's everything wrong with the characters.
Eggman Negative, voiced by Mike Pollock in English and Chikao Otsuko in Japanese, is Eggman's descendant from 200 years in the future. First introduced to Sonic Rush.
Even though he initially wasn't, and they just had to come up with a reason for Blaze to be from the future, because Sonic 06 was an absolute mess of a game.
No, you see, what they're trying to say is he travels through a different dimension to get away from the criticism caused by Eggman's effects in the future.
That's dumb.
Despite the fact that in the future, he's canonically hates Eggman for ruining his plans, and then worked with him.
How does that even work?
In the Rush games. No clue.
They Sonic 06 retconned itself. They might as well have just had it been a dream at that point.
He is known to not only cause trouble, not only through time travel, but interdimensional travel as well. Although the outward appearance resembles that of Dr. Eggman, his personality is different. He's heartless and calculating, but maintains polite speech and manners. His exact role in the Alvarez series varies. In the Sonic Rush series, he works alongside the original Eggman as a team. Time for the Babylon Roads.
Hold on a minute. When was it established that he used manners? That he was like a polite person? I don't remember that literally ever.
Uh, the Babylon Rogues are a group of avian thieves. They have only appeared collectively in the Sonic Riders subseries. Producer Takashi Yuda considered them best suited for the Sonic series racing games. And
It,
and
they should
noted
they should actually be in the racing game. So like that would you think that would be you think that would make sense?
absolutely.
But like no, because for some reason Team Sonic Racing only has 12 characters.
And noted in a Sonic 2006 interview that Sonic characters are usually designed with one specific storyline in mind. Also, keep in mind that
That's
neither of
the
the spots where Cream could have been added were used. And instead, Vector, for some reason, was placed into.
the same group as Blazing Silver, which makes no sense. And then they called it Team Vector, and that's the part that just I hate. Like you could have called it literally anything, and you call it Team Vector. Like oh yeah, like the other two would let him call it Team Vector because it was obviously his idea. Because none of the other two would be like, let's call it Team Vector, and the other two like I refuse to believe they would let him name the team that.
Yeah, I can easily imagine Blaze just being. No.
Yeah, no, considering that she's pretty much just like an alternate universe version of Sonic. Like, no, she would definitely say that's a stupid idea.
The Rogues have received predominantly negative comments from gaming journalists.
Oh man, time for Christian Nutter.
Alex Narv, not you don't get a proper saying of your last name, and Joe Dodson of GameSpot separately criticized
Who's Joe? You know who Joe is?
criticized their cliched backstory
What
as
even? I forgot they had a back. What was their backstory?
their Babylons. I don't know.
They had a backstory. I'm pretty sure they never had a backstory.
As did Eurogamer's Tom Branwell. IGN's Jack Rice specifically called Jet a jerk.
A jerk. Specifically, Jet a jerk.
And stating that his voice is amazing. And then you call out free riders like that is going to benefit your claim at all. Yes, let's call it the.
Oh yes, the most. Like you couldn't say anything worse than just calling him a jerk.
And especially in free riders. Yes, let's call out fucking free riders. The best game.
Like, you couldn't call him like a scumbag or anything. No, just jerk.
Jet the Hawk, voiced by Michael Yurchek in English as of 2010, and Daisuke Kishio in Japanese.
I guarantee you butchered like at least half of these Japanese names.
is a green hawk and the leader of Babylon Rogues, and is nicknamed Legendary Wind. To be fair, I've had to have butchered at least a quarter of the English names as well.
Again, you speak English like it's your second language.
Is a green hawk and the leader. To be fair, my first language is just screaming.
You mean your native language?
Not my first language.
I don't think the phrase first language exists. I'm pretty sure it's native language.
Is a green hawk and the leader of the Babylon Rogues, and nicknamed
Already
Legendary.
said that.
And nicknamed the Legendary Windmaster due to his mastery of extreme gear. This mastery comes from his forefathers. His skill makes him possible to match to Sonic the Hedgehog, whom he considers a rival.
Damn, he has 4 dads. That's not cliche.
Jet is aware of his duties as a leader, but must sometimes be helped by his team. Filled with extreme the thing he likes most, other than treasure, is himself. He despises losing and of those who are faster or more confident than them, and fights using Bashio fans.
Fights using what?
Bashio fans.
What are those? Oh, shoes.
So I get 2 images: fucking shoes and Sonic Freeride. Okay, I guess that makes sense.
He just kicks people. He just kicks people, I guess.
Nah, here's the image.
What's the image?
Here.
Yeah, I can't see it. It's covered in blue.
No, on the other side. The fuck?
What? Huh?
If I click this one, it appears over here. No, you can fucking see it. The viewers can see it.
I can't really. I just see it turn blue.
Oh my god, Dominic. Look on the other side of the screen.
I am. The other side of the screen is cut off. Oh wait, I had it zoomed in. I'm dumb.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay, they're fans. Okay, they're fans. Okay. Wow. Okay, good job. Those are just paper fans. Those are paper fans. What does the bush look like that? He's cross-eyed. Cross-eyed. Why is it posing?
Jet is briefly mentioned in Sonic Frontiers.
Oh, yes.
Along with the other bat. I don't know why it says that. He's literally just referenced as the Babylonians. Hardly. It's literally.
They acknowledge the Riders game's existence.
Yeah,
after Free Riders happened.
This was made by IDW writer.
I know.
So that makes a lot more sense considering what happened during the Metal Virus saga.
Yeah. No, the Metal Virus was amazing.
Wave the Swallow is a purple swallow who is the team's mechanic, as her father was for the previous generations of Babylon Rogues.
Oh, she only has one father. Lame.
Gifted in the grass. She has a superb mechanical knowledge of extreme gear, which surpasses both Miles Tails Prower and Eggman. Before of this knowledge, she is full of confidence. She hates it. She hates thick-headed people or stupid people and notices everything, but her advice tends to be only understandable to her.
What?
Although she looks on Jet the Hawk as an unreliable younger brother and can be stubborn, she follows his leadership. Storm the Albatross is a hulking albatross who is described as the muscle of the Babylon Rose.
Babylon.
And Jet the Hawk's right-hand man. The strength of his loyalties to strength is greater than any other, and he hates rivals to the team. When he is angry, he becomes disruptive, and the raw power of his physical strength makes up for his lower intelligence and lack of speed. With his quick temper, he may stutter when flustered, and hates having to wait.
Why are they describing all this like character statistics?
Silver the Hedgehog! Silver the Hedgehog!
Why are you talking like this?
Brian Bam Bam Bam! In English as of 2019! And Daisuke Ono in Japanese is a silver-furred hedgehog from 200 years in the future of the main timeline. He first appeared in 2006, Sonic the Hedgehog. His individual episode revolves around him traveling by in time with Blaze the Cat to find and kill Sonic the Hedgehog, who they believe is the cause of their world being...
You're going to be saying hedgehog like that from now on, aren't you?
Oh crap, I'm being told to quiet down, aren't I?
LMAO. Okay, but I have a question. When are they gonna make a Sonic character that's a rat?
Silver's primary ability is telekinesis. He is able to levitate objects and use them as projectiles to either defeat enemies or interact with his environment. Like Sonic and Shadow, he transforms into a super form by using the power of the 7 Chaos Emeralds.
Because he's a male hedgehog, and apparently only male hedgehogs have super forms. Even though Tails and Knuckles literally have super forms.
Silver's creation was inspired by the game's early... by the early development stages, where the development team was making huge levels with multiple paths through them, and decided they wanted to include a character name with unique abilities for an alternate way to play through the levels. The design team developed over 50 concepts for the characters. At one point, he was actually be an orange mink named Venice, after the city of the same name. But the developers...
Venice! And what animal is he going to be?
A mink.
What the hell's a mink?
Well, luckily it has a Wikipedia page. This is a mink.
Oh, that's a little guy. That's a little guy right there.
Apparently,
I kind of want them to make a character who's a mink. Like, why did they want to make it orange? Like, out of every possible color, why orange?
But the developers ultimately decided against this, just fearing a mink would not blend in with the rest of the characters. They ended up deciding to make another hedgehog instead, because we definitely need 4 hedgehogs.
Yeah.
Orange was originally designed decided for his fur, but they soon moved away from that color and favored to a gray-white one, white developing the character models and textures. Focused on using hardware to develop the textures rather than just using white gray, which leads to Silver's color and name. Additionally, Silver's backstory was inspired by Trunks from the 1984 manga Dragon Ball,
And people still compare him to that character, so
who made a similar journey in the past to kill 2 androids that would eradicate most of humanity in his own time. The script to Sonic the Hedgehog flat out states, essentially think Trunks from Dragon Ball Z.
yeah, no, literally people compare him to that character, so like that kind of makes sense now that I realize that was like the inspiration behind his backstory.
Since his first appearance in Sonic the Hedgehog 2006, he has mainly appeared in Sonic spin-offs, multiplayer games, and small cameo roles. He's one of the playable characters in Sonic Rivals and Sonic Rivals 2. A playable character strictly in the multiplayer modes is Sonic and the Secret Rings and Sonic and the Black Knight. A playable racer in Sonic Riders Zero Gravity, Sonic Free Riders, and Sonic Team Racing. And a playable athlete in Mario and Sonic series, beginning with Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games. He appears in Generations as a boss in the stage Crisis City console version and Tropical Resort 3DS version. Additionally, Silver was one of the few Sega characters to make a cameo in Super Smash Bros. Brawl in the background of Sonic's Green Hill Zone stage.
Wait, is he not mentioned in Frontiers?
As a trophy and sticker. To be fair, only half Orbot and Cubot were in the Frontiers pre-comic and aren't mentioned in the... This character has generally not been received well by critics. Orbot and Cubot. Orbot...
Dude, I swear to God, if Orbot and Cubot are received well by critics, I'm gonna be so mad.
Received... Voiced by Kirk Thornton in English and Mitsuo Iwata in Japanese. He is a red robotic assistant who first appeared in Sonic Unleashed. While he jestingly abandons in monitoring Eggman's data, he officially makes Sonic remarks, pointing out general flaws in Eggman's plan, prompting a quick
I wish it just stayed like that.
smack in return. He appears again in Sonic Colors alongside a similarly yellow robot named Cubot. Cubot!
Oh yeah, fun fact, Orbot was white in Unleash.
Yeah. Voiced by Wally Wingert in English and Wataru Tagaki. No, Tagagi in Japanese. Conversely to Orgot, Qgot is rather slow, not witty, and suffers from a defect in Southern College that randomly decides him to speak random accents. The two have continued to appear as assistants to Dr. Eggman in the subsequent titles, such as Sonic Generations, Sonic Lost World, and Sonic Forces. The duo made a cameo in Sonic and the Lost World in the Lingering Revisions.
What do you mean they made a cameo in Lost World? I think that's more than a cameo.
In Mario and Sonic at the London 2012 Olympics.
Wait, did you mean to say Lost World or no?
No, I meant to say Mario and Sonic at the London 2012 Olympic Games.
How did that turn into Sonic and the Lost World?
It's one of the helping characters in the London party, copying stickers for its participants. The duo appeared in Mario and Sonic at the Sochi 2014 Olympic Winter Games as host of the Action and Answer Tour in Sonic Boom animated series. Digital Spy has praised their inclusion in the plot of Sonic Colors. especially Cubot for his humorous observations and self-awareness about the game's tropes. How hilarious!
Wait. Don't tell me they're actually received well by critics.
At
Like,
least by
get
Digital
older
Spy.
reviews.
At least by Digital Spy.
Digital Spy's an idiot.
And here's a 10-page, and then here's a 4-page, thing about wisps. I do not give a fuck enough to read this, and wisps aren't even a color. They're a character. They're a species.
Did you just say wisps aren't even a color?
The Deadly Six are a group of 6 Zeti.
We can skip the Deadly Six. Nobody cares about them. Nobody likes them.
I just skipped the wisps. I can't skip another group.
Oh my god.
To be fair, this is literally the shortest part. Their exact
Oh my god.
a species that has the ability to manipulate magnetic fields. Their exact origins are unknown, but prior to the events of Sonic Lost World, Dr. Eggman has taken control of the group in order to capture animals to create badniks. He
Also,
controlled
their
them
ability to manipulate magnetic fields is never utilized outside of Lost World. Or even mentioned.
He controlled them within their powers with an item known as a Cophonic Hail, which causes them to great pain when he blows it. However, when Sonic subconsciously kicks the conch away from Eggman, they use their powers to control Eggman's badniks, which prompted the Sonic and Tails to reluctantly team up with Eggman to get past the Zeti and stop them. After turning on Eggman, they use his machine, which was designed to suck the Earth out of life and give it to him themselves, making them stronger. The members of the Deadly Six are Zavik, voiced by Patrick Seitz in English as of 2019, and Joji Nakata in Japanese. The leader, strong, red-colored, boss fights pilot robots. Dragon. He, for some reason, appears in Sonic Forces and Team Sonic Racing.
Why is he in Team Sonic Racing?
And the Mario and Sonic series.
Why is he there?
Zaz, voiced by Liam O'Brien in English and Yukadama Oyama in Japanese. A lanky pink-colored Zeti who's always ready for a fight. Moon Mech. Stars. Sonic Dash and Mario and Sonic.
Oh yeah, he had a boss fight in that game. I forgot about that.
Zaz, voiced by Liam O'Brien. Zaman, voiced by Patrick Seitz in English and Shafran in Japanese. These Zaman and Zik, Master Zik, don't even have either the first or last names.
Either the first or last. What do you mean by that?
Literally, it's just one name compared to every other Japanese name having both. Every other name having both, but in Japanese, they just both have one.
Oof.
Zaman, a gluttonous and dim-witted yellow-colored Zeti who's always seen eating. That's it. That's literally it. That's all they get.
His personality is that he's the fat one.
An elderly blue-colored Zeti who's skillful in martial arts. He is the founder. He is the founder of the Deadly Six and mentored Zavik in martial arts. Xena, Stephanie Shea, and Yumi Toma in Japanese. A green-colored Zeti who is the team's only female. She has many female-related obsessions, such as painting her nails. Zor.
Oh yeah, female-related obsessions. That's not sexist or anything.
Zor, voiced by Sam Riegel in Japanese and Yuki Tai in English. Wait, no, other way around.
Yeah, that's not That doesn't sound like an English name.
A purple-colored Steady who's always seen holding a blue rose. He is very pessimistic and emo personality. Okay, colors and other media. Characters in other media.
Sonic's Uncle Chuck, Dead Knuckle.
We'll get to those later.
You don't even get to see how Knuckles dies. He just dies.
We'll get to those later. Sally Oakhorn, voiced by Cass Soisey, is a red-haired brown squirrel who appears as a major character in the Sonic the Hedgehog anime series 1993 and Archie comic series. What?
Oh, I was just saying Sonic Hedgehog to myself.
She is depicted as a princess and a leader of the group of the Freedom Fighters, whose goal is to restore peace of the Kingdom of Acorn taken over by Robotnik. Sonic is being known as Sally is being known for Sonic's childhood friend and love interest, with Sally fighting along Sonic in many cases. Chris Thorndike. Oh, they're from Sonic's X. They're the human in Sonic X. Voiced by Sanae Kabayashi in Japanese and Suzanne Goldish in English. The human protagonist of the Sonic X animated series. He encounters and befriends Sonic shortly after his arrival in Chris's world. Invites him and his friends to stay in his house, joining them on their adventures to find the Chaos Emeralds and stop Eggman's robots. The character result has been divisive among stands. Writing for Them Anime Reviews, Tim Jones called Chris an uninspired and bland protagonist.
Cat is, though, he's literally just a child.
Sticks,
the guy who said that, low-key, kind of base.
Sticks the Badger, voiced by Nika Futterman in English and Oi Yuki in Japanese, is an orange and brown badger first introduced in the anime series Sonic Boom television series. Her characteristics are wild, energetic, and paranoid, having lived in the wilderness alone for most of her life. Nonetheless, she is portrayed as wanting to strengthen her newfound friendship with Sonic, Amy, Tails, and Knuckles. Sticks appears in a non-playable character in Sonic Boom Lies of Lyric and as a playable character in Sonic Boom Shattered Crystal. His beard is infantile by Sonic Thompson of IGN and Unlikable Idiot by Becky Cummin of Games Radar, and it'd be a nice addition by Chris Carter of Destructoid. Sticks has appeared in other Sonic Boom titles, including Sonic Dash 2, Sonic Boom, and Sonic Boom Fire and Ice. It has appeared in other Sonic titles not associated with the Boom subseries, Sonic Runners, and Sonic in the Rio 2016 Olympic Games.
She's also confirmed in Frontiers, but we're not going to mention that, are we?
She's meant no. You said it literally right before I said it.
Oh, okay.
She's mentioned.
So the people writing this article.
She's mentioned in the mainline Sonic game, Sonic Frontiers.
Which means that she's canon, I guess.
Tangle the Lemur is a white.
One of the best characters in the franchise.
Gray ring-tailed lemur, introduced as a major character in the Sonic the Hedgehog IDW.
The Hedgehog.
Bold, excitable, and optimistic and friendly, she often serves as a comic relief in the stories featuring her. Being kindred spirit to Sonic, sharing his love for action and adventure, and as a close character from other games in the comic. Whisper the World, despite apparently not having their own section in this Wikipedia article. Like, She also suffers from claustrophobia, and her super stretching and her signature trait is her super stretching prehensile tail, which she uses. What?
I forgot that she was claustrophobic.
Which she utilizes in various different ways. Artist in art, artist, our author Ian Flynn conceptualized Tangle as kick-butt female character who could go on Sonic adventures and be killed. A role he considered Sonic's traditional allies rather unsuited for female allies. Her abilities were inspired by Sonic's originally designed.
Literally exists. What is he talking about?
Who?
Did he forget about Amy or something when he said that?
To be fair, her role in the comics.
I mean, yeah, lately, not really, but like,
To be fair, he does got a point.
yeah, no, late, like in the more recent games, she hasn't really done that. She's just kind of been a sim.
And Blaze is off somewhere half of the time.
Blaze is just somewhere.
Well, she's
Like,
probably
again, the second part doesn't really apply to Blaze because she's only there when it really involves her dimension.
yeah. Character has been well received by fans. In July
Good.
2010, she, along with Whisperer, were added to the mobile spin-off game Sonic Dash and Sonic Forces Speed Battle characters. Plush toys of the two, among other merchandise, have been released as well. Tangle is also mentioned in Sonic Frontiers, indicating she exists in the main franchise common. You know, what if Sonic Dash is the one that's common canon? Because, like,
That would mean that Zaz is canon. Yes, I knew what I was saying when I said that I was being funny. But honestly, I wish the Zeddy weren't canon. I wish they weren't. Why are they canon? Why do they exist? Why do they exist?
honestly, yeah, Sonic Dash might be the one that's canon because that includes Sticks as well.
Wait, I wonder if Styx being canon means that Boom is canon.
No clue. But
Please tell me we're like getting like
Sonic,
tell me that Styx looks different in the normal universe.
I'm
Please.
guessing Sonic Dash is the one that's canon. Because
Thanks.
otherwise
That
it
would
doesn't
make
make sense. Okay, we have successfully told you about every Sonic
wait,
character.
wait, if Dash is canon, because I remember Dash. I remember Sonic Dash had a crossover with Pac-Man. Pac-Man is canon to the Sonic universe.
Oh no. That means we can finally uh, introduce all the characters in our Sonic the Fighters EX, aka just Smash Bros, but with Sonic.
With the wait. What? Okay.
And we've got officially 22 games that we're gonna pull from. Yay!
Wait a minute, Denver.
What?
You talked about the Deadly Six. That mean all six of them are going to be in the game.
No, this is just that mean. Oh yeah, somehow they managed to forget about the most important character in Sonic canon, Professor Pickle.
Who's Professor Pickle?